For centuries, humanity believed it was the apex species, masters of a world they only knew from the surface. But beneath their feet, in a realm of primordial wonder, a lonely king searched for a family he would never find. And on the surface, a god king patrolled his territory, a titan of immense power, maintaining a fragile, violent peace. Two alpha titans, ruling separate worlds, unaware that a hidden threat was about to force their kingdoms to collide. In the vibrant, savage expanse of Hollow Earth, Kong reigned. His days were a cycle of brutal survival, hunting ferocious beasts and asserting his dominance. Each victory, each roar that echoed through the valleys, was a testament to his strength. But victory was a hollow prize. As he washed the blood from his fur under a colossal waterfall, the weight of his solitude was heavier than any foe. He was the last of his kind, a king with no subjects, a patriarch with no family. Meanwhile, on the surface, humanity lived under the watchful eye of Godzilla. When a subterranean titan, Scylla, erupted in the streets of Rome, chaos ensued. But Godzilla, rising from the depths, met the threat head-on. Their battle was a maelstrom of destruction, a clash of ancient powers in a modern world. With his dorsal fins glowing ominously, Godzilla gathered his atomic energy. He unleashed a devastating blast of atomic breath, obliterating Scylla and ending the rampage. His job done, the victorious king made himself comfortable, choosing the ancient Roman Colosseum as his new resting place. But this peace was deceptive. At a monarch outpost monitoring Hollow Earth, strange energy readings began to appear. The signal was unlike anything they had ever seen. This psychic disturbance resonated with one person in particular, Jia, the last of the Iwi tribe from Skull Island. Adopted by Dr. Eileen Andrews, Jia was struggling to find her place in the human world. She was haunted by visions, drawing cryptic patterns that mirrored the strange energy spikes from below. Fearing for her daughter and the world, Dr. Andrews sought out the one man who thought outside the box, conspiracy theorist Bernie Hayes. Bernie recognized the patterns immediately, confirming Eileen's worst fears. It was a distress call, a psychic scream from the depths of Hollow Earth. As if on cue, Godzilla stirred from his slumber, sensing the same disturbance. He began absorbing radiation from a nuclear plant in France, supercharging himself for an unknown war. A team was assembled: Dr. Andrews, the brilliant scientist; Trapper, the eccentric, Titan veterinarian; Bernie, the unlikely expert; and Mikal, the hardened mercenary. Against her better judgment, Eileen allowed Jia to join them, sensing her connection was key to the mystery. Their state of the art vehicle, the Heave, plunged into the gravity, distorting vortex, leading to Hollow Earth. They followed Kong deep into uncharted territory, arriving at the now silent Monarch outpost. What they found was a scene of utter devastation, the entire facility wiped out by an unknown powerful force. Meanwhile, Kong's relentless search for King led him to a massive sinkhole, a gateway to a world even deeper within Hollow Earth. He leaped into the abyss, landing in a fiery subterranean realm, littered with the bones of giants. Here, he was not alone. He discovered an entire civilization of great apes, not as a long-lost family, but as a brutal, enslaved society. They were ruled by a cruel, despotic tyrant, the Scar King. Skinny, sadistic, and wielding a whip made from a titan's spine, Scar King was everything Kong was not. Among the enslaved was a small defiant ape named Zuko, who first tried to trap Kong, then cautiously began to see him as a savior. Kong challenged the tyrant, but Scar King was a cunning fighter, overwhelming him with sheer numbers. But the tyrant's true power was not his own. He controlled an ancient and powerful titan, Shimo, a colossal, frost-breathing beast whose power once caused an ice age. Using a crystal shard, Scar King inflicted pain on Shimo, forcing the Titan to obey his commands. Shimo unleashed its icy blast, injuring Kong's arm with severe frostbite, and forcing him to retreat. As Kong fled, Zuko followed, leading him away from Scar King's domain. Back with the human team, Jia led them through a camouflaged energy barrier. Behind it lay a breathtaking sight, a hidden, thriving Iwi civilization, living in harmony with nature. They were the source of the distress call. Inside their temple, ancient hieroglyphs told a story of a great war. It revealed that Godzilla had imprisoned Scar King and his tribe long ago to protect the surface world. The Iway prophesied that Scar King would one day try to escape, and only an alliance of titans could stop him. The key to this alliance was Mothra, their guardian goddess, who needed to be reawakened. And the prophecy stated that only an Iwi from Skull Island, Jia, could perform the ritual. Just as this revelation unfolded, a wounded Kong, guided by Zuko, arrived at the Iwi's sanctuary. Seeing the severity of his frostbitten arm, Trapper knew a simple bandage wouldn't do. He rushed back to the destroyed outpost to retrieve the prototype for a top-secret Monarch program, Project Powerhouse. It was a massive armored gauntlet, designed to augment a Titan's strength. They fitted the colossal device onto Kong's injured arm. With a surge of power, Kong clenched his new fist, stronger than ever. Now armed and healed, Kong knew what he had to do. To defeat Scar King and Shimo, he needed an army. He needed Godzilla. But the two alphas were ancient rivals. The only way to get Godzilla's attention was to invade his territory and pick a fight. Kong journeyed to a portal, leading to the surface, emerging in Cairo, Egypt. Sensing the intrusion, Godzilla immediately raced to confront him. What followed was a brutal clash of titans amidst the pyramids. Kong, empowered by his new gauntlet, held his own, but Godzilla's atomic breath was overwhelming. Just as Godzilla was about to deliver a finishing blow, a new power intervened. Back in Hollow Earth, Gia had completed the ritual. Mothra, the queen of the monsters, was reborn in a shower of light. She flew to Cairo and shielded Kong, calming the two warring kings with her divine presence and telepathic abilities. Through Gia, Kong showed Godzilla the vision of Scar King's tyranny. A truce was forged. The unlikely trio, Godzilla, Kong, and Mothra, descended back into Hollow Earth. But Scar King had anticipated this. He opened his own portal, leading his army and Shimo to the surface. Emerging in Rio de Janeiro, Shimo's frost breath instantly plunged the tropical city into a new ice age. The Iwai, using their advanced technology, manipulated Hollow Earth's gravity, creating zero-gravity pockets that sent the battle into a chaotic, floating ballet of destruction. Kong fought Scar King in a weightless duel, while Godzilla battled the immense Shimo. Mothra provided aerial support, defending the Iwai's escape portals from Scar King's forces. The tide turned when an unexpected hero joined the fray. Zuko, armed with Kong's ancestral axe, arrived on the surface. He leaped onto the crystal on Scar King's whip and shattered it, breaking the tyrant's control over Shimo. Freed from its painful enslavement, Shimo turned on its former master, freezing Scar King solid with its icy breath. Kong seized the opportunity, shattering the frozen tyrant into a million pieces with a single punch from his gauntlet. With the battle won, Godzilla used his atomic breath to undo Shimo's ice age, restoring warmth to Rio. The two kings stood together, a moment of mutual respect passing between them before Godzilla returned to his solitary patrol of the surface. Back in Hollow Earth, Gia found her true home, not with the Iwai, but with the woman who had always been her family, Eileen. And Kong, no longer alone, returned to the subterranean realm. With Zuko by his side, he freed the enslaved apes and took his rightful place on the throne. Finally a king with a kingdom and a father with a son.